Welcome to episode 371 of the Game Deflators podcast. My name's John, and I am joined by Ryan.
Hey, everybody, here at the Game Deflators podcast, we like to talk about games we've recently picked up, games we're currently playing, and keep the change, you filthy animal, in this week's Inflation Deflation Challenge.
So this week we're playing some Home Alone on the NES. For Ryan, what else are we covering today?
So this week, first, we could never forget our favorite games at home this Christmas, and neither would Mark Cerny. Then, Tencent gets stopped before it can make out like a wet bandit with Sony's IP. And we bring it all home for the holidays with Home Alone on the NES.
And of course, you can find the Game Deflators on thegamedeflators.com, our currently out-of-date website. Dude, I don't know what it is. I haven't been able to get on there in a while. We're also on social media at Game Deflators on X, at The Game Deflators on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. You can also find us on YouTube. If you're watching this video, thank you. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do everything that needs to happen on there. And of course, go ahead and find us on those podcast applications, leave a 5-star review, and give us a like and subscribe on there as well. All right, let's go into our pickups. This one has been a long time coming, sir. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
That?
I did not own Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
What?
I know.
That's wild.
I know it is. I never owned it. So a buddy of mine out in Florida, he messages me the other night and says, "Hey, you want to play Smashies tonight?" I'm like, well, I kind of don't own it, so it's not going to work. And
nobody's ever asked me that question before, honestly.
I have not been asked to play Smashies online in many, many years, but sure, I'll play it when I get it. And he's like, okay, well, I need to get a new controller anyways. And it's funny, is I just loaned him money as well. So I was like, take the $30 or whatever that you still owe me and go buy a control, a normal like wireless controller or something, Power Christmas. A, and we'll go and play some Smashies later. So it just came in. Actually, it didn't just come in. It came in a day and a half ago, and it got delivered to my my neighbor again. So I texted him, and then I happen to know where he works. So I was at his work, and I'm like,
you just showed up, and you're like, "Where's my game, neighbor?"
I had to go to his work regardless. Like I was going there for errands, and I just was like, "Hey,
what are you stalking?" I'm
like, no,
not good enough that he lives next door.
He doesn't live next door. He lives across this, like the other end of the cul-de-sac, like across another house from me. So it's one of those weird situations where when they built a development, they have like whatever street name, and then he has the same house number as my house number. So on occasion, the mailman will like take the wrong package and put it like in, and it never happens with his stuff. It always happens to me. Like he always gets my mail. I don't get any of his mail.
He must not order cool stuff.
He must, but like, dude, the amount every single time a package of mine is missing, it's video games. Without fail, every single time it's been video games. And so luckily, like my tropical island I got the other week didn't go over there because I would have been pissed. Because the issue is like if you order something on eBay and you have it delivered and it goes to the wrong house, it's technically scanned as delivered, even though it's not at your actual like box. And so eBay doesn't do anything about it. I'm like, oh, well, sorry. It shows delivered.
A fatal flaw.
Yeah. So there's nothing you can do about that. So luckily, since this happens so often, he and I are on like, we have our phone numbers and stuff. So just in case anything happens. So I text him like, hey, I think you got my package again today. And he happened to be at work and I flagged him like, oh, by the way, I think you got my package. He's like, okay, I'll check when I get home. And yeah, sure enough, he called me. He's like, here's the delivery for John. So, but yep. So I got that. And that is my only pickup this week.
Shocking. Well, it is almost Christmas, so you're supposed to really be thinking of others, John.
Yeah, I did. I got my friend the controller. He bought it himself, but I gave him the money.
But you still haven't played with him?
Not yet, because I have to buy Nintendo Online still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that'll be...
just ask Thomas. He's got the family one that holds like 8 people.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll text him later. Be like, what's your... I'm going to mooch off you now. Hey,
sorry, Thomas.
I'm his DM for Dungeons and Dragons, so I kind of control a very important part of his life right now. I should exploit
If you want
that.
your character to survive, you'll show me the password.
Yeah, that character of yours, he might run into a few issues this week if you don't get me that login info. And if he's like, well, then I'm just not going to play anymore. Well, that's fine. Then I'm not going to be a part of your family on your family plan. All right. So as far as what I'm currently playing, Stellar Blade is the game of choice currently. I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot, dude. It's a great game.
I wonder why.
Yep. No, that's if we refer
This
back
game
to
looks great in HDD.
if we if we refer back to a few episodes, I think we're more into Giantess kinks on this podcast than we are Stellar
Will
Blade.
ain't here. He ain't dead, but he ain't here.
So if you want to go hear about Giantess Kings, you can go back to episode 369 and hear Will on his adventures of Giantess video games. But
God.
no, man, like
Sorry,
so he was talking to me today. He's like, I saw the twinkle in your eye when I opened something deep within you. I'm like, what, dude? So
awakened.
It was a good thing, I guess. So yeah, no, Stellar Blade's great, man. I'm enjoying the combat is fantastic. It's very fluid. No issues with that. I'm enjoying how you chain things up. I guess we're sticking with a theme here. So the battles are pretty good so far, and a lot of the enemies that I fought have been pretty decent as well. So it is Dark Souls and leather. That's 100% what it is at this point, with some Devil May Cry feeling. But I'm God, where am I?
Do you like
right
lose
now?
your souls when you die?
No, you don't. I'm just saying Dark Souls leather because I like the difficulty aspect of it.
Oh, it's hard.
It can be on the boss battles. So I mean, it's like any hack and slash of like God of War, Devil May Cry. You're hacking and slashing away, right? There's never really when you're playing those games, there's never really a feeling that I might die, right? And there's this continuation.
You played the new God of War games?
I've never had that many issues with those games. I played those on like hard difficulty and such as well, and even higher than that. So it's I never like with with like God of War, Devil May Cry, all this. I never feel like I'm in a position where, man, I got to keep retrying, or maybe I'm at risk of dying and going back to the section where I was resting and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it has like the healing, for example. You've got the 3 healing pieces that are similar to like a Souls game that you use. So if you're deep in battle and you haven't gotten to a checkpoint, or you're not at a rest point, I should say, you're kind of screwed, right? So it has its similarities, is what I'm saying. And I just like the idea of Dark Souls and leather. That's all it is, So there's the kink, I guess, for the week. So what else did that game? I mean, that's about it. Like, it's a good game. It's got great graphics. It's got great gameplay. I am getting a little used to music in the background, or I've at least tuned it out somewhat, because I was getting pretty annoyed where you have like this happy-go-lucky hymnal type music in the background, and it's like this desolate world. Like, this does not match at all. But that's kind of changed up now that I've progressed through the game. And yeah, so I'm liking it. So I'm going to keep playing, and hopefully I beat it before the year ends. I doubt it, but we'll see where we go. I'm knocking out probably about an hour on each playthrough that I record. It's about a 20-hour game in general. So that's it for me, man.
Nice. So inspired by you, and coincidentally just on Monday, I wasn't even thinking about Cyber Monday, but I was like, you know what? John got a great deal on the Plucky Squire. Maybe I can too.
Did you
and I got it for I got it for $15.
Nice.
GameStop. Best Buy.
Oh, okay, Best Buy.
Mm-hmm. It was like $1.60 shipping or something. So I think it was like 16.60 something.
$1? Are you sure it wasn't tax?
I don't know. Maybe it was free shipping.
Yeah.
And then that was tax.
Yeah, it was $1.60 shipping is like the most random ass thing. No, they do. They generally, if you have,
I don't purchase stuff online.
Best Buy is actually pretty good.
Amazon, I guess.
During this time of year, I don't know if it's like always during the course of the year or just like this time. But yeah, I ordered something the other day. It was like $10 and it was free shipping.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that. So that was pretty good. And then let's see. That's the only thing I picked up. I didn't really make much time for gaming this week. We were kind of short since our last recording. But it is December 4th now. So I've got not a lot of days left to finish my mission. So I think I need to MGS up this next week and see if I can't get this done before, I guess at least before Christmas. Usually New Year's is the goal, but I'll take that last week off.
How have you not completed Metal Gear Solid yet?
Well, I told you I got like to the point where I was in the torture part, which is only I think like there's only like 2 more steps in the walkthrough after that. So it can only be like another couple hours at most, I'm guessing, like unless there's a ton of cutscenes, which there could be. But like I did the torture scene, but I did the quick save. But when I did the quick save, I hit the select button, which was give up in the torture scene. So now I need to like try to see where my last save was before the torture scene. Because like when you're playing on like the PS Classic, I've got like the quick save state. I've got like 4 different save states that you could save on like the sub menu for the game in like the I don't even remember what the thing's called in the place where it has the game. And then you can also save in the game itself. So it's like there's too many layers of saves that you have to like navigate through. So I got to figure out where I am and then just go back through because I would like to get the good ending because Lord knows I may not play this game again. I really should have just played it on the Vita, honestly. I would have probably been done with it if I had it on the Vita, but like because I made my fun little box that I've been playing in, I like the original PlayStation controller. That's fun for me. So
I'm actually just shocked that I completed my game before you.
yeah, me too. I really thought I was going to get you this year.
Nope. Nope. And it feels like forever
Tradition,
now.
I guess.
It's been like 2 weeks now, right? Since I beat Witcher, roughly.
Or was it last week?
Well, last week I mentioned I beat it, but I beat it shortly after we recorded with Will, and that was on a Sunday.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been about 2 weeks since I completed Witcher.
Yeah. Man, when's the last time you were just playing one game?
This week? Stellar Blade?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what
I
I'm
see what
saying.
you're
Like, you've been
saying.
playing 2 games for like a long time because it's like
Yeah.
either you'll be playing a game or you and your wife are playing a game, but now you guys are both just staring at that booty.
What?
Isn't she playing Stellar Blade with you?
No. No.
I thought she was.
No.
Okay.
No, it's only me staring at the booty, apparently.
Okay.
No, we've been talking about playing Prince of Persia again, picking it up. It's been one of those last couple weeks, where work constantly and then like Christmas decorations going up all over the place. We've just been super busy.
Oh man, we did something actually cool. You know what? Anybody who hasn't gotten a tree, the place that we went to get our tree this year had like pre-snowed trees. So it's got pretty good looking fake snow like around the tree. And I didn't realize what a bonus this was. It will not be able to drop pine needles.
Whoa.
Because they're all like held together by this snow stuff. So I think it's going to be a much cleaner, snowier experience.
Yeah, but see, what is on, like, I probably can't do it because it's probably some sort of chemical that's mixed in there, and I have dogs.
I also have a dog. What do you think my dog is? Not a dog?
Does he eat pine needles off the tree?
No, does yours?
Yes.
Oh, well,
So
that'll happen then.
yeah. So that's kind of what I was wondering. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. How tall did you go?
Right. That high.
What is that? I don't know. What is that? 6? You didn't pick out the height when you were going through and looking at it? Like, I know for a fact mine is
like that tree.
Oh, like I know mine is 9 feet. That's what I go for.
Well, usually they're in those like bins, but we didn't go to a place like that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, this was like they're all standing up because I mean they're not just like shoved in a corner because they're all snowed up.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So how did you get it home? Did they like
in a bag?
They netted it and everything for you as well?
Yeah, they put it in a plastic bag.
Oh.
And it came out looking that good still. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this stuff like actually really holds well and is like it's good shit.
So it got sent to your house in a Christmas tree body bag. All right.
Right?
Interesting.
You can fit a whole tree in this trunk.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I didn't know they did stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely check that out in the future, depending on what the chemicals are, of course, that's in that fake snow. We've actually been talking about going up north and cutting a tree, like getting the permit and everything and then bringing it back down. But that's a long ass drive to get a Christmas tree.
It is. And
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah. And then who knows what bugs are in that too. Like I already had spiders in the one that was in the house. So let alone whatever's in the Christmas tree up north. You never know. Bring some sort of
Yeah.
like weird virus into the home.
And then besides doing Christmas stuff, I've actually been taking for anybody on the podcast who doesn't know, I was a ceramics major in college. So I actually have been taking like a ceramics like just shop thing where you just kind of go in and you make stuff, and it's not like a class, but it is offered through the community college up here. And I made an awesome hornet mask. So I'm actually going to try to make this into like a full size like hornet figure. That'll be cool. And then I also made a little one that I'm going to try to make like copies of maybe next semester or something. But yeah, it is fun to be creative and do nerdy stuff again.
You should make a shovel knight out of clay.
No.
Why? You don't like have you played Shovel Knight yet?
I have played some Shovel Knight.
Dude, that's like one of the best platformers I've ever played.
Yeah, I know, but like I wouldn't want to that out of clay. That'd be cool, but I mean that's more like a
You admit it.
polymer clay thing. I think that would be fun. I never really mess with polymer clay, but it is cool.
You could
I used to
mess
have a
with it.
bunch of it.
You could mess with it. And then you can make a Shovel Knight and then you can bring it down here to Arizona and give it to me as a gift. Yeah.
There you go. Or you could just 3D print one.
It doesn't have the same feeling, Ryan.
No, it doesn't.
It's more thoughtful if I tell you I want a Shovel Knight clay polymer thing and you bring it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can 3D print me those bases.
Trade-off. I like it. Do a little bargain on that.
Little
Or
non-secret
bargain,
Santa.
a barter. Yeah, non-secret barter, non-secret Santa barter.
Very public Santa.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess did I mention I was watching One Piece again last week?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still watching One Piece. I'm still catching up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know.
Good.
I need to get back into it still.
Yeah. I'm kind of going slow with it. We did watch Stranger Things though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You didn't finish that up yet?
I have not watched that either.
Have you watched any of it?
I mean, I watched all the other seasons, but I haven't watched this new season. No, me and my wife, we're watching like K-drama and like other stuff. I'm going to try to get her. We've got this deal where she's got this Chinese drama that like she really wants somebody to be able to talk to about it. So she's going to have me watch it. And then I'm going to make her watch JoJo as an exchange.
That's a very fair exchange if you got to watch a Chinese drama show. But what's sad is that you're probably going to really like that Chinese drama show.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's as long as the episodes aren't too long. Like that's the thing. Like K-dramas are great, but some of the episodes that are like an hour and like 30 minutes long, I'm just like, this is too long of an episode. Like so much has happened.
What's the one where they're in it's like a horror one with zombies and they're like trapped on the top of a school? Isn't that
All of Us Are Dead? That one's great.
Do you know when the new season comes out for that?
I know that there is going to be another season, but
yeah.
I don't know exactly when. But yeah, All of Us Are Dead was a really good one.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Yeah, I binged that one not too long ago. I would consider that my toe dipped into K-drama, even though it's not really a K-drama.
There's a lot of like great Korean horror stuff. Like Sweet Home is like half K-drama, half horror. The later seasons aren't as good.
Yeah.
Last Train to Busan is great. The Wailing is like one of the best horror movies. That movie is so good. Like I wish I could go back and watch that movie again for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it's on Netflix too, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen that one though. I'll have to check it out. So, all right, let's go into your article here. First one.
On to the article. Yeah, so this is a little bit different. I wanted to kind of bring this over into a discussion, but Mark Cerny loved Legend of the Dragoon, but admits it can't possibly be as good as he remembers. This is from Stephen Tailby at Push Square. So Mark Cerny was on a podcast. Which podcast was it? My Perfect Console podcast.
Do you want to know for people who Mark Cerny is?
Yes. So Mark Cerny, he is the lead system architect for the PS4 and PS5. He's a big name in game, and he's been around for a long time. And apparently he loves Legend of the Dragoon. Apparently he used to have like a bunch of marketing materials and stuff posted up around his office. So it was something that he always had a fondness for. I honestly have always had a very fond memories of Legend of the Dragoon. It was one of these games that I owned, and I could never beat the boss of the final, like, first disc, like the final boss on the first disc. And then my dog bit my copy and broke it. And then years later, like, I took my friend to GameStop and I was like, dude, you should get this game. This is a sick game. And then I borrowed his first disc so that I could beat the game, or
Nice.
beat it. I never actually ended up beating the game, but yeah, it was such, I mean, of course,
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, is that really a surprise that you didn't finish Legend of Dragoon?
yeah, but it was a sick game. And I often have this kind of feeling too, where, some of these games from our past that we love and we have really fond memories of, but how often do you actually go back and revisit those games? Like, are they better as nostalgic memories? Do they really hold up? Would they hold up if you didn't have the experience of already knowing all the twists and everything?
So
There's,
basically, is nostalgia overrated in a
well, sort
sense?
of that, but I mean, also, like, who even has the time? Like, John, you've got thousands of games. Like, you got to play the next thing. Like, you can't waste your time and go back and play, 40 hours of an RPG again.
Well, all right. So let's start with Legend of Dragoon. I think I actually played and beat that when I was starting the podcast with you, if I recall.
Oh, really?
I want to say that's when I want to say I completed it during that period of time, like back in like 2019, 2020. And I would say he's probably correct in that, he has fond memories of it, but it's probably not as good as he remembers it. I wasn't a huge fan of Legend of Dragoon. It's a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, Legend of Dragoon's a good game. But for people to say like it's the greatest RPG ever made, come on, get your head out of your ass on that. It's not the greatest RPG ever made. There's far better stories out there. It has some good gameplay, right? It's got voice acting. It's got some great graphics. It's got a good story, but is it a 10 out of 10 game? No, I'd probably say 7, maybe 8 out of 10 at best. And I mean, that's just from playing a number of PS1 RPGs. It's not, in my opinion, as good as people make it out to be. And I think to his point, if he was to play it today, he would probably have the same feeling. He has fond memories, but he might say, you know what? I've played a lot of games that are much better than this over time. And then nostalgia is really what rings true for me. It's kind of the same thing that I've brought up for Ocarina of Time in the past. Ocarina of Time, people rave about being like the greatest game of all time. It's really not. I mean, for its time, yes, Ocarina of Time was fantastic. But today, it doesn't hold up. It's not the greatest game of all time right now. So, I think nostalgia is sometimes, and everybody's going to shit on me in the comments on that, by the way, for that, for that on Ocarina of Time and Legend of Dragoon. And that's fine. They are, if you love your games from years ago, that's cool. Hold on to it and enjoy those memories and enjoy replaying it. I just have a differing opinion on it. Now, as far as like revisiting titles, I tend not to unless my wife is playing a game that I have played in the past. So one of them would have been like Bloodborne, for example, and I'm going to continue to go back in time on some of these, but like Bloodborne is one.
Legend of the Zelda Ocarina of Time is the #1 game on Metacritic, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, dude. It could be Metacritic. It's not the greatest game of all time. So there's other games that have what 9.8, 9.9 on there.
It's the only 99 I'm looking at here.
Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's nostalgia for you. That's nostalgia. So as far as like,
but Claire Obscure is still the #1 user, 9.6.
there you go. Wait, so what's the user score for Ocarina of Time? And that's a good point. You said 9.9, and that's based off of historical.
Man, Stellar Blade is higher than Ocarina of Time.
Oh, there you go. See? Yeah, I mean, yes, 9.9, but that's skewed, right? Because those reviews are
so
from
is Digimon Time Stranger?
Yeah, there you go. So look, Ryan, I'm correct. People are going based off these old like scores that were made years and years ago for Metacritic when they really should be looking at the user experience scores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so not the greatest game of all time. Highest scoring game of all time, but let's take Ocarina of Time and let's rescore it today. Like, does it
I mean,
score
Metal Gear Solid 5 is number 5.
of what all time scores?
User rated, yeah, on
Oh,
Metacritic here.
gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Bloodborne was one that my wife was playing. I revisited that with her, and that was pretty decent. Some other games, like when they get
Yeah,
remastered,
Bloodborne definitely would be a game I think would hold up pretty well on a revisit.
yeah, um, yeah, it's still a great game regardless. Platformers like Mario World, I've beat. God, I don't know how many times I've beat Mario World. Same with Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3. I've beat those a number of times. Um, yeah,
Some of those are just like nostalgic and easy to just kind of like sit back and run through. Like, I mean, my one that I've repeated the most is definitely Paper Mario. Like
yeah.
that one is so easy for me to just kind of get back up into. But like
But like
sometimes like
RPGs, I've run RPGs back. I've played Star Ocean 2 twice. I've played Final Fantasy 10, I think 3 or 4 times. I've played Final Fantasy 7 twice. Final Fantasy 8, I want to say I've played 3 or 4 times in the past. So yeah, I mean, I've run back on RPGs as well. I'm like Final Fantasy 10 and 8. I will actually play again when my wife gets to those games. We just played Final
mhm.
Fantasy 6, so the next one on the list
Oh yeah,
is
you guys are going in order.
yeah, the next one is Final Fantasy 7. And
Which one?
um I think I'm gonna have her play the original.
I mean, I would think that she would, yeah, play the original.
She wants to play the remake, but the problem is the remake isn't complete yet. And
Mhm.
that's one that I would honestly kind of like to play with her, like as a first time experience for myself and for her. Whereas Final Fantasy 7, that'd be kind of cool to relive that game. Um, 8 is one that I feel like I'm probably going to be handling a lot of it with her, just because of the way that they have the draw system in that game. She's not going to like that at all. 9, I actually haven't completed yet, so that'll be a first time experience for me, similar to like,
Hey, me either.
yeah, no surprise. And then I'll of course be replaying 10, which what I say 3 times, it'll probably be my 4th time replaying 10, second time on 10 too, and so on. So
See, and sometimes like Final Fantasy X, I think it was not many months ago. I think I talked on the podcast that I had it on Vita and I was like casually just kind of playing through, and I think I made it to like leaving Besaid or something. Like I definitely made it like an hour into the game or something and was like, "Oh, that was fun." And then that was all I needed from it. So it's like sometimes I feel that that nostalgia or that looking back, like maybe just kind of playing a little bit and reminding yourself of it is is something that at least I relate to doing more often than actually going back and sitting down. Because most of these games I haven't beaten once, let alone coming back to beat it the second time. That
yeah,
never happens.
and
Anytime I'm like, I'm gonna beat this game I never beat before, and never done that.
yeah, you have Resident Evil 4. Oh,
I
that you
beat
haven't beat.
Resident
That
Evil
you
4
haven't beat.
tons of
Sorry,
times.
sorry, sorry. You said haven't beat before.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's very rare that I don't finish a game. And even in those
You should
instances,
try it. It's so good.
that's why I said very rare. So South Park Stick of Truth is one of those, where I do need to go back and I do need to complete that game. I think I was playing on PS3, right? Yeah, PS3. So I do need to go back and beat that title and then play the next one and the winter game and so on. Um, so yeah, very rare that I don't complete a game. But it's even more rare that I don't go back and complete it at some point in time. I use like, what's the other one? Terra Enigma is another game. I stopped playing that game because my son was born. So it's been 3 years, I think, since I played Terra Enigma. And that's not a matter of not wanting to play it. It's just a matter of where my console is set up, time it would take me to, get set up there. And when he falls asleep and things of that nature, like it's just not conducive for me to go into that space upstairs and play that game. So I just don't do it. Right. But it is a game that I do want to go back to. And yeah. So I don't know. What other question you got on this?
I mean, it was just a kind of a fun jumping off point, a fun topic. I think that it's probably something that a lot of people can relate to, and I do think that a lot of people also have that approach where they do have a giant backlog of stuff, and perhaps some of that stuff, they'll never be able to get to because it just keeps piling up, and going back and replaying old games is something that draws a lot of people to it. But I mean, you could always have that other game on the shelf that's going to be the new one that you're going to want to go back and visit, but you
Well,
got to play it to find out.
and that's why I enjoy playing a lot of games with my wife because there are titles that she wants to play, and it kind of puts me into a forcing situation where I'm like, all right, cool. Like, we're playing this game. Like, that's the game that we're sticking to as a couple. And then I have my own games. So I'm usually, like you kind of said earlier, I'm usually playing at least 2 games, sometimes 3 games, depending on where I'm at and the types of games that I'm playing. I have been trying to hit more shorter titles in recent years, something that I can get through in like less than 15 hours. And a lot of my games are like that. A lot of them are 15-hour and less games. But then you have the occasional like JRPG that I do want to dive into. So like next year, for example, I'll probably have Suikoden 3 as my next game. I haven't played that.
It was funny when you were talking about what you were playing at the beginning of the podcast. I went back as far as I could in our podcast notes, but it only goes back to like episode 35 or something. And
Yeah.
you were playing Suikoden 2 when I first started taking notes on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will more than likely die. And that was the new games resolution. So I will more than likely dive into Suikoden 2 or Suikoden 3 this year. I've heard that's a great game as well.
We got to
And
start thinking about our new games resolutions.
yeah, yeah, no, you got to think about finishing it. So
Oh, I've already thought about that.
yeah, well, it's not happening. I'll think of a punishment. I'm gonna start getting that cooked up now, I guess, since you're running that risk that I
I
wasn't
don't waste your
anymore.
time.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
It'll be
Um,
done.
yeah. Sorry. What was the other part to your question? Oh, the backlog. So yeah, I mean, backlog and it constantly growing. Yeah, I mean, I just picked up what is it, like 8 or 9 games on my floor right now, plus Smash Bros. Like Smash Bros time, I could probably knock out 20, 30 hours playing against somebody,
You were also
online.
playing Smash Bros. Wii U at that episode 35 in the notes.
Yep. I remember playing a good bit back because my brother was in town at that point, and he and I were playing against each other, and I was practicing to make sure I kicked his ass. And I did
Mm-hmm.
successfully. It was fantastic. He hated it. So got to play some Jigglypuff and my Diddy Kong and all that. So but yeah, so like I'll probably play some Smash Bros for some time. That'll eat up a good amount of hours of game time that could have gone towards a JRPG in the backlog. But that's another reason I like our new games resolution is it puts me in that forcing function to, play a game like Cardia. The Cardia game that I had. I forget the subheader of that title, but that's a game that I probably honestly never would have completed anytime soon unless I was forced into that situation and complete it. So Suikoden
Yeah.
3 being another one. Honestly, it could be Dark Cloud 2. I haven't beat Dark Cloud 2, and that's one I've always wanted to complete. So actually, Dark Cloud 2 is a game that I had started, and then my backwards compatible PS3 had died. So I never did get to finish it. And I do have the data on that one. And I have the memory card. So I could technically transfer it all and put it into that title because I do have pretty fond memories of what was occurring in that game as well. So that's one that I can jump into, and it's probably 15 hours in. God, another game I could probably think of would be like the Dot Hack series. I'm on is it Mutation? Is that the third one? I think. Yeah, I think Mutation's the third one. And then Outbreak is the last one.
Come on,
No,
John. You know I never made it past the first one.
Infection, Mutation. Let's see. Dot Hack games. All right, so we got the GU games. We've got, if it would just load up properly, we've got Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and in Quarantine. So I finished Mutation. I would have been on Outbreak. So that's one that I would like to jump into as well. But that would not be a new games resolution because I am not interested in playing 2 RPGs in the same year, at least
Yeah.
in the same franchise. So cool. Well, I guess we can look to move on to your favorite topic. That
Oh
is
my gosh.
that is industry lawsuits. So Tencent has agreed to stop promoting its Horizon ripoff. Yes, you heard that right, Ryan. It is a ripoff of Sony's game. So this came to us from Engadget, and yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. It's just an update for the most part. So they've come to an agreement that Tencent is not going to be publicly testing their game Light of Motorum, and they are not going to be marketing the game during this period of time. And at the end of the day, Sony wants them to stop selling the game. Tencent wants to be able to sell the game. They're in a court battle, and I think it's supposed to be
Is the
January.
game even for sale?
No, no. And actually, the other piece to this too
Yeah, it's still being
is
like developed, right?
yeah, and based on another agreement they had is that let's just say it does get released at some point, the game cannot get released until I think it's anytime between Q4 2027 and later. So they can't even, let's say they have it done tomorrow, they have to have that game sit on the shelf for the next 2 years. They can't release it.
Wait, where did it say that?
That was it might have been another article I was reading on that one. But yeah,
Okay, I was
as
like,
part of the agreement, they are not allowed to sell it until after a specific date in 2027. So Sony is kind of getting their way with this. They're really kind of beating it down to where it doesn't have the hype, I think. In 2 years' time, will people have forgotten about this game if it does get released? Or does this kind of have the opposite effect similar to Pal World, where, Nintendo tried to sue it or sue Pocket Pair and the game ended up blowing up? I don't think it's the same situation. I think most
well,
gamers see this title and they're like, yeah, it's a blatant ripoff. Like it doesn't stand on its own in the eyes of some gamers.
I mean, it's the same thing as Power World. It's not even the same game. Like they go through all this article, they're talking about all this, and then at the bottom they're like, to be fair, there are differences. The Horizon games are third-person adventures in the mold of Zelda, but Light of Motorum looks to be primarily a cooperative survival game.
Light of
So I mean, it's
Motorum
just like
looks to be a
if
slavish clone, and I got that right. See, slavish clone.
yeah, that's talking about like the fact that there are large robotic metal animals and people dressed in tribal clothing incorporating some of those metal designs
Some
into it.
some of those metal designs or
Yeah.
all metal designs.
No, I mean it's like cobbled together like metal armor is the theme that both of these games are using.
I really would like to see this game come out and then just do like a side by side comparison of like everything.
This
Because
is
right now
like
we just got like general screenshots and stuff, right?
it's Digimon and Pokemon. And the
They-
world's
Now,
better for having both.
now damn well Digimon and Pokemon are not even. I mean, there's some similarities, but they are not the
In
same,
the
dude.
same way that these are the same, Pokemon and Digimon are the same.
I would argue that Pikachu following Ash Ketchum is more of a clone of Digimon than Digimon cloning Pokemon. I don't know which one came
But
out
that
first.
it's what I'm saying. Like they're interchangeable. Like the fact that they can both coexist and that this and Horizon can't coexist, because like it's not like this game has like the going the direction that like Horizon is. And I think a lot of it is just my own negligence of the Horizon franchise. Like it's not something I've ever engaged with. Like I know that people like it, but I just like I don't get from what I've seen and heard that there's some like giant community. Like it feels more like a game that Sony is pushing than people are like clamoring for. Like are people on the edge of their seat wondering where Horizon 3 is right now? Like is
Uh,
that something that people are like really hoping is going to be a launch title for the PS6? Like is there enough people that want the next Horizon that this game would actually be standing in that game's way and distracting them and being something fun that they could run around in for the next 3 years? Because there's probably not going to be a Horizon game next year.
well, you should first off, you should play the remaster or HD, whatever they did. I think it's a remaster of Horizon, the first one.
That game's less
It's
than 10 years old,
it's on
isn't it?
it's on PS5. They just remastered some for PS5.
Well, I know, but like the original one isn't even that old. Why they remaster it? They like I guess it's just giving it like a 4K
I guess.
PS5 Pro bump
I mean, no
to bring it
different
up in
than
line with like the new one.
no different
Kind of
than
like they did Last of Us.
yeah, I was gonna say no different than like Last of Us is kind of different. Last of Us was a remaster on PS4 and then a remake on PS5. Did they release a remaster on PS5? I don't think so. I don't recall. I don't know. I played the original and that was it. Um yeah, I mean you should play it. It's like $20, I think, for the remastered version of Horizon
Yeah,
Zero
but
Dawn.
isn't it like 80 hours or something?
No, it's not that
I
long.
thought these were like really long games.
They're not that long. Let's see. How long?
Maybe I'm thinking of like a completionist run or something.
I don't remember it being that long. How long to beat Horizon Zero Dawn? All right, let's see.
I just don't think I have it in me anymore for like big giant
It's,
games like that.
it's 23 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's the average. If you did like all the extras, side quests, activities, collectibles, all that, it's about 45 hours. If you want the 100%, it's like 60 to 80 hours, it says.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm probably thinking of like an old completionist video on it or something that I watched. But like yeah,
yeah.
the I don't know. I still have to play Cyberpunk. Like I'm still only on like the second mission of that game 10 hours in or something.
You know you're not going to beat that game. How long is that
No,
one?
I know I'm not going to beat that game. That's like
Actually,
a million-hour game.
no, this is 25 to 30 hours. You're rushing a main story with all side quests, 60 to 90 hours.
I don't speak Russian.
So I think you would like Horizon Zero Dawn. As far as are people banging down the wall for number 3? I don't know, because a lot of people were complaining about like woke agenda and all that in the second one. I don't really know much about like what happened in the second game because I haven't tried to spoil it for myself. So I don't. Maybe Aloy becomes a lesbian or something, or comes out. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even recall she was a lesbian in the first game. Um, but I would imagine it's
Just think
probably what
about
it
what
is.
people like that hate, and it probably is that.
That's probably what it is. It's more than likely what it is.
They're
So
probably getting she's probably getting educated and driving and
educated and
voting.
That might have to be one of our shorts. Aloy. um, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play it at some point. I'm a fan of the franchise, and we'll see where it goes. And I will let you know if it should get a third game based on my experience. I'm gonna probably think outright that yeah, I would, just because I like those types of games, like post-apocalypse type of scenario and open world environments. I'm a big fan of that, so I'm always clamoring for more titles that are like that. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Like you think there should be more titles like that?
There are
Like
tons. No,
like
I'm not saying
like they
clamoring
should
for more
make
titles.
more.
No, don't take words out. I'm not saying clamoring for more titles that should be made in general. I'm saying that for me to play them, I'm always clamoring for more titles that I can play personally that are open world post apocalypse. That's my favorite genre.
Do
I
you
would
like
say.
games that have like big robot animals? Because I know about one
No.
in development. You
Might
might
be.
like it. Actually, you know what? As a fan of Horizon, I know a game that's very similar. It's not exactly the same. It's a different genre, but
Hey,
I mean,
I didn't say I'm not going to play it if it comes out. Like,
not if Sony has its way.
if Sony has its way. Now, is it a blatant ripoff? Yes. Am I not going to play it? No, absolutely. Like, I'm definitely going to play that game if it comes out. I got no problem with that. I'm not making any money off the game, so I'm going to enjoy it if it comes out. I'm just calling out the facts, man. That's a definite clone at that point.
Straight hard facts.
Slavish clone, not even Slavish, Ryan. Slavish clone. And it's similar to Power World, right? Like, Power World's kind of the same. I know there's similarities with Pokemon and Power World. I don't care. I'm just going to enjoy the game. Like, whatever needs to happen in court.
And we're going to talk about it every single time they're in the news.
Every single time, because we got to cover the news. That's what we do in the podcast. But I'm going to enjoy video games that come out. Unless there's something that 100% goes against principles of mine, which I really don't have many principles when it comes to stuff.
Not since you graduated.
No, not since I graduated college. So Yeah. I mean, I'm usually pretty good about like picking up games that I want to play and just play them. Unless,
Yeah.
like I said, something really, really bad is tied to that organization or that title in particular, I'm usually going to jump into it. And you've kind of seen with like Magic the Gathering, right? I refuse to
Oh,
participate things like Spider-Man and kind of even the Avatar stuff. I haven't touched any of that because I want it to be true to what that franchise is. So if they were to take, let's just say, I don't know, Bloodborne and do a crossover with SpongeBob, I would never play that, right? Like that's something that I would absolutely not touch.
yeah, but you would totally watch an episode of SpongeBob that had Bloodborne lore in it.
I, uh, you know what? I have never watched a full episode of SpongeBob ever.
I don't believe that. They're only like 7 minutes.
I have never watched an episode of
And
SpongeBob.
all the best episodes, like if you go back and watch season one, all the best episodes are like the first 3 episodes.
All of the best episodes are the ones that I just don't watch because I don't like SpongeBob. I've
Yeah.
never liked it. I've never understood the fascination with that show.
Yeah.
So.
I got something to kind of segue back to. Did you see about the cancellation of the secret layer for Monster Hunter?
Oh yeah, I did hear. I saw that, but I didn't read into it. Do you know what happened with that?
So there was like a misspelling on a card, and I think it just was like very not well received. Like I watched a video with some guys talking about it, and they were saying that it's like a lot of big monsters, which is cool, but also like Monster Hunter is a lot about like equipment, and there's not like any cool equipment. It seemed like it wasn't doing it any favors. Like it just wasn't providing on the fantasy that it should have been. And also it was a little bit sloppy.
Oh, hold on. So Monster Hunter wasn't doing what it should have done from a fantasy perspective, but they put in Spider-Man? Come on.
No. I'm saying that like they didn't put in the work to bring the fantasy. Like
Okay.
Spider-Man had like the web slinging thing, and that was like kind of fun. But
Was
like
it
Monster Hunter is just like here's big monsters, but it really should be like here's like really cool equipment. Like here's a monster, a sword made from that monster. Like there should have been more kind of like about what the fantasy of that is represented in the
did
cards.
s- was it I assume Capcom I think does that series,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So do you know if Capcom pulled the plug on it?
I think it was Wizards. I think Wizards kind of just said it wasn't up to like their quality or something.
They're the ones that make the damn cards.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like they're
Yeah.
saying that the reaction to the previews was bad enough that they pulled the plug on it before they sent it to print.
But they printed Spider-Man. So,
I think that was like that was a full set. Like that wasn't just like a few secret layers. So I think that was going to be much harder to pull the plug on because like from what they were saying in the video, it's a lot about probably timing of these deals because like they get these deals in place and they've got a schedule to fill. So it's like their lead time on actually being able to make changes and not get themselves where they're like in a time crunch and just completely unable and like shit the bed, like they got to get stuff done so that they can move on to the next thing because there's always going to be a next thing and there's so many next things now. This is going to start happening more often because like they were also saying like eventually you're going to have somebody in the office who isn't a big fan. Like maybe nobody at the Wizards of the Coast really plays Monster Hunter. And so they just didn't do a good job because there's 8 guys working in a room sweating over cardboard for 12 hours a day and they got to make like 20,000 cards next year. Like these 8 dudes and they've never played Home Alone for the NES. So like that set's not going to be very good.
I see what you're trying to do there, but I'm going to keep going Magic really quick. So this is a situation where I think that Capcom probably should have been a little closer to the process with Wizards to ensure
They don't know
that
anything about Magic.
they don't have to know anything about Magic, but they can inform Wizards about everything about that brand, about that game to say, hey, look, these are big. Like these are big components.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
there's big
sure that they can
monsters, but
provide them all that stuff, but like it's up to the people making the cards to incorporate that into the cards, like flavor text or art or the mechanics.
yeah. So they did a
And also Secret Layer is a little weird too, because like it's not a full set. Like you're not building like, all right, what's gonna be able to play in a draft and in
well. I
standard? Like
mean,
you're just like, let's just put 5 cards out there and fuck it.
you can argue that Spider-Man wasn't a full set either. It was like what 80 cards or something,
Yeah, and half of them were Spider-Man.
and half of them are shit. So, like you could. They just did that whole big horror Secret Layer a little bit back, and
That
that
was
was
dumb. I didn't play any of that one.
what the Secret Layer. Oh yeah, I mean, I tried to order the one card that I wanted, and it was sold out. I hate what they're doing now,
You can't
but
get anything anymore. Like I got one Secret Layer in my whole life.
yeah, I have two. I think that I've picked up. Yeah, I got two because I got the one for uh Eternity, the Eternity one, Edges of Eternity, and then I got one more recently. Actually, no, the one more I got recently, I bought secondhand off eBay. It was a sliver one, but luckily it
Mhm.
was it was a decent price point, so I picked it up. Like the price of Secret Layer was the price of one card, so it made sense to do
Yeah,
that.
you're better off just buying like the one card you want. Like that's what they were saying in that video. Like his friend was like, "How do I get this like Kratos card?" And it's like you can't. Like you just wait for it to be out and then just buy a single of it.
Yeah, and like most Secret Layer stuff is like 5 cards with one good chase card in there, and the rest of them is like garbage or just like mediocre. Like,
Mhm.
it's just how they do it. So yeah, you can totally pick that stuff up secondary, like down the road. But okay, yeah, let's go into our inflation deflation for the week. Oh, I see that. We need to capture that. So home, if my damn computer would let me go to our outline. All right, so Home Alone NES, developed by Bethesda Softworks, published by THQ, designed by Randy Linden and Paul Coletta. It was released in October of 1991. It is an action game, but I might argue that it is a survival horror game as well. Just saying. It is a 6 out of 10 on average. And I'm going to do synopsis since it's super short. It's the classic movie Home Alone, but NES.
John,
That's your
stealing my
stuff.
spotlight.
I got to. It's like 10 sentences or 10 words. Come on. All right. So I liked this game, actually. I thought it was a lot of fun. So the entire premise is you have the house setting with Macaulay Culkin's character. I don't remember the kid's name. I haven't seen Home Alone in years.
Kevin.
Kevin. That's right. See, I don't remember the shit.
Kevin McAllister.
There you go. I don't remember it. So you're basically in this house, and the idea is that you have to survive. It's 20 minutes if you're trying to do the normal completion, or 1958 if you're trying to speed run it. Just saying, there is a speed run on this game, even though it has a limit. And you pick up various trap items, like there's a light bulb and there's cars and a spider and all this other crap. It places to hide within the house as well. And the objective is to outrun, or not outrun, but outlast during a 20-minute period your home invaders, essentially. And so you're running around, you're picking up traps, you're laying them down, and you're just literally avoiding contact with your burglars. That's really all it
Yeah,
is.
so
And so it's just to finish up, like the difficulty of the game, it's actually pretty rough for most people. I would argue most gamers in general. And it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to really get that final run in place. Just, repetition and continuing to play. But as I mentioned earlier, it is 20 minutes technically. You outlast 20 minutes, you beat the game. It's really what it comes down to. So, and with the speed run potential, 1958 would be your speed run potential. Go on now.
yeah, it was a weird game. I as soon as I booted it up, I thought I was just like crazy because I got snagged so fast. Like these burglars are in there and they're just like hustling after you. There's all these different traps in the house. Apparently, they actually do like subdue them or knock them out for different amounts of time. So there's like some traps are better than other traps. There's things in the house that you can hide in, and like the rules of the hiding are they can walk by you twice before they'll spot you like on their third pass. So there's some strategy. I was having a real rough time trying to get anywhere, and I was like John is going to cream me at this game. And then I thought I was going to do really good and end up beating John. Like, eventually, I had this run where I kind of like, I think I went through the house and then up the side and like set some traps. And then I kind of made my way down to the lower, like right corner of the house. And I just hid in the Christmas tree for like 3 minutes. I just hid in the Christmas tree and I could see them like walk by outside back and forth. And I saw them like on the ceiling, like above me, like just their feet. But like I was like, I got this. I'm just going to hide in this Christmas tree and just hang out for the next 20 minutes before the podcast starts.
It didn't happen. They found you.
It did not happen. They eventually caught me. Like, I did find out that like you can re-pick up the trap and put it back down and it arms it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's how I did it. So I lasted probably like 5 to 10 minutes in my playthrough. And a lot of that's because I would go upstairs and I'd pick up a number of traps and I would just kind of lay a trap out. They get hit by one. I would have one in hand as well. So I would,
that's your green shell you drive around with is
basically
defense.
Yeah, basically. So one of them gets hit, the other one would come through, get hit again. So I was constantly laying like traps down until I got past them and then was able to kind of scoot around and do things. So this is actually my first time playing this game, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed it for what it was. It's not exactly gonna be like top of everybody's list, but it was enjoyable for what it was. I could see the appeal of a 6 out of 10 game.
Well, let's talk about how much appeal this game has. Talking about money, we're looking at a complete inbox price $67.40, peaked at $94.17 in February of 2023. It's currently holding its price. A loose copy will run you $17.99. That actually peaked twice this year, in September and April of 2025. I think that's the first time we've ever seen that, and that is currently trending down. So, I mean, when you're talking NES games, complete inbox, not the most important thing when you've got a cartridge.
Well, it depends on the collector you're talking with. I mean, there's complete inbox collectors and there's cart only. There's people like me that'll collect both manuals and carts. So I do agree.
Either way,
though.
you get the face. You get the face on the box. Having the face accessible year round, not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's $17.99. I think I know where you're going to be leaning on this. I could make an argument that $19.99, would be a decent price point and that this game could be deflated. Main reason being is that I think that has a lot of potential in it for you to like sit back and enjoy, trying to hide for 20 minutes, right? I think there's a lot of gameplay potential in there. You do have the speed running glitches that kind of jumps into that price point as well. That's kind of cool. So you would technically tie for world record at 1958 unless you were able to exploit some other sort of glitch to get it done faster. I don't think that's possible or that's there, but we learn about glitches all the time for older titles. I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was good, and it's kind of rare that I'll jump into one of these games and say, yeah, I definitely want to play that more, but I could see myself sitting back and playing this more and trying to hit that like 20-minute time period. I felt that I had enough going for it. And it felt like a true arcade game. I don't know if this has a cabinet or not, but it had that feeling of a true like arcade cabinet style game where you could pop in tons of quarters to try and get it done in that 20-minute period.
So that's where I got you, John. So if you're equating this to an arcade machine, right?
Okay.
You're little Johnny, you've gone to the arcade. You've got your bag of money that you took out of your piggy bank, and you're going to play a game. Are you going to play 72 games of Home Alone on that arcade cabinet at 25 cents a round?
I mean, 25 cents a round
is it worth
pricey,
that?
huh? I don't know. It depends on how good I want to get. You got to get good with Home Alone.
But I mean, like, do you think, like, you said this game might take you like 2 hours to be able to beat? 2 hours to beat a bag of 72 quarters Are you taking that Home Alone challenge?
Well, I mean,
Or are
2
you taking your money
hours.
somewhere else?
2 hours includes the 20-minute round, first off. So knock yourself down to, an hour and 40 minutes. And then if each round is averaging around 5 to 10 minutes, that's the equivalent of like maybe 12 rounds of Home Alone. So quarter wise, if we're saying, let's just hypothetically, let's say 15 rounds of Home Alone, what does that break down to in quarters? Each round
Uh,
being one quarter, you got to
15 times
divide it by
25.
4. We'll say 16. It's about $4 in quarters. That's what it comes down to, right?
So that's what this game should be worth.
No. So it
About
should be worth
$4 in quarters.
$4 in quarters. See what you did there. See your reverse math that you popped in. No, I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, you could spend $4 in quarters, but then if you want to play it again, that might be another $4 in quarters. Or for the great price of $19.98 back in September of 2025, this year, that was a high price point that people are willing to pay. You can have it and own it and keep playing Home Alone all year long.
See, that's just the thing with games like this. Like 91, like I would rather be home alone with anything else but this game to entertain me. Like this is not where it's at. Like I can't imagine people were really having a good time Christmas morning running repeatedly away from these goons as they chased you maniacally through the house over and over again relentlessly. I am going to stake my flag and say that this is at least just right, but definitely leaning towards inflated.
All right, so let's go just right. $17.99 is just right.
There you go.
I mean, there is an argument to be made that it hit peaks of 1998 twice this year, so it is a selling point. So if people are buying it multiple times this year, they've purchased it at 1998. So technically speaking, it is deflated. But
my advice would be to find a rich neighborhood that looks like they might have this tucked under the tree and is on vacation. Break into their house, take their copy, plug their sinks, and run away.
You're advocating for people to break into homes this Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Only if you know for sure that there's a copy of NES Home Alone under the tree.
What about E.T.?
No, fuck it.
No? Okay.
Not worth it. They're all buried in the desert. You could go find your own.
I think they're not all buried in desert. I got like 9 copies.
No, I know
here at
they excavated those.
Yeah, did I ever tell you what we used to do to ward off evil spirits? We would hang up a copy.
Arrange them in a pentagram?
No. At the top of your door, you hang up a copy of E.T. on one door, and then the other door, you put up a copy of Shaq Fu. That's how you ward off evil spirits. They won't enter your house if that's displayed.
Not in this house.
Not in this house. No, I'm not going there. They clearly like terrible games. All right, what are we playing next week?
So I was trying to think.
Home
I actually
Alone
had a good
2.
idea for some. Right, I know. No, there's so many Home Alone games. Actually, AVGN, I never really watched him, but he's got like I guess a whole video on all the different Home Alones. I think it would be good for us to play a Home Alone game every December moving forward until we've beaten them all or played them all.
Or we could just do it this December.
No. We're already halfway. Well, actually, it's the second week of December when this comes out. So
yeah,
we're already halfway through.
We already released.
We got to pick another movie.
We already played a Christmas game. We played Die Hard.
Yeah, we've done 2 Christmas games now. We're gonna do 2 more.
All right. Well, probably 3 more actually. Right?
Maybe.
What is the calendar? We've got.
You know what? We are gonna do
this one. Yeah, we've got. This will be number 2, 3, 4. We're gonna play 5 Christmas games this year.
Damn. Merry Christmas. Well, you know what we are going to do next week, actually, will be Game Awards.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's going to be on the 11th. So,
well, that's what time? Because that's recording day.
Well, I know, but like the recording's not going to go live until the next week anyways.
Yeah, it depends if I actually watch Game Awards or not. That's my issue.
Well, you won't be able to because we'll be recording first. Actually, I think it's usually at like 6 Pacific.
So we should probably record on the 14th then. that Sunday.
So that we can talk about it?
Yeah, so we can actually watch it, talk about it.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'll talk to my wife. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Well, we'll figure out another game for next week. But until then, this is episode 371 of the Game Deflators podcast. My name is John.
I'm Ryan.
And thanks for listening and watching.